So we're recording, but I like to, for editing purposes, it's a lot easier if we just do a clap on 3. I'm gonna get a drink first. All right, clap into the mic on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, welcome back to the Howyadoin podcast. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, David?
Pretty good. I got everything I need right here. We are having a good weekend.
It's Monday.
This is my weekend.
Yeah, same. I don't work until Thursday, unfortunately. But so thanks for coming back, listening, watching, viewing. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Subscribing only takes like 5 seconds. If you don't, my boy David is actually gonna shave your pubic region. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Either way, unsubscribe.
I say it's a good thing. If you've never tried it, go ahead. As a wise man once told me, when you trim the hedges, the tree stands tall.
There you go. Yes, standing tall and hard.
Ancient Chinese proverb.
But yeah, so today we got our guest Willie Yanez.
Yo.
How you doing, Willie?
I'm living the dream, pal.
Yeah, feeling good?
Feeling great.
That's awesome. Yeah, you wanted to be on the podcast. You messaged me, and here we are. So, like, if you want to be on the podcast, message me, and I'll get the date in for you. You know, we'll talk about it, and then get shit going. You'll be on it. So, I always ask my guests. You haven't even told me it. What's the topic you want to talk about for a little bit?
Shit. We were talking about aliens earlier. We can start with some aliens.
We'll start with some aliens. Let's talk about some aliens. All right.
I like
yeah.
talk.
Illegal or like over the out of our solar system?
Well, you know, either way.
No.
I mean, solar system. You know, they're not coming to this country legally either.
Yeah. Most definitely not.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Oh,
perfect.
All right. So, what do you know about aliens, Willie?
I don't know shit, and that's the thing that bothers me.
I think they probably exist.
They've got to exist.
They have to.
They have to.
At least in some abstract form, right? So when we say aliens, do we mean just life outside of this solar system? Life outside of this galaxy, this universe, whatever? You know, I'm sure it probably does exist. But little green men, maybe not. Maybe no bipeds, maybe no, like, you know, animals large enough to perceive with our sight.
I don't know. Because technically, I guess the plants, living organisms,
Yeah.
would they be technically aliens if there's plants on other planets?
Yes, and
Absolutely.
that's the first thing I was going to say is I think it would be the most anticlimactic and amazing thing ever if we found alien life and it was just like a fungus. It was like a mushroom or something.
Just like a singular bacteria on Mars or some shit.
It'll be like a fungal life form that can make a really annoying noise. It goes beep, 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 beep. That's what it'll do. And it's got nothing special about it, no intelligence. It evolved just exclusively to make this noise, to ward off predators.
I personally believe that there are aliens that are kind of like man. Not like, you know, man, because like, you know. But you know what I'm talking about. They're able to walk, crawl.
My fungomorph disagrees with you.
Dude, I like to think they look exactly like us.
That'd be cool.
There's a planet out there.
That'd be cool.
Right. We
Yeah,
meet
well,
one
like-
and he's like, yo, what's up?
Do you believe in the multiverse theory?
Hell yeah, I do.
So that already
Not
means
really.
that there's aliens in another dimension.
True. I mean, math just says
I was gonna say,
multi-theory.
what do you mean the multiverse theory? Are we talking like, because I think that all comes from string theory, which is proven to be lacking, you know? I don't know how much you guys know about string theory, but a lot of scientists don't take it too seriously nowadays and don't speculate that there's any serious proof that string theory is true. Meaning, multiverse theory might kind of be stupid, right? It's just something nice and fun to believe in. Like, oh, technically it exists somewhere. It exists somewhere.
I believe in it because there's
a place where it's real.
There's more than one Spider-Man out there.
Yeah, way to kill the vibe. In some
man.
universe, Donald Glover's Spider-Man, and I'm gonna fucking believe that.
Hell yeah.
I like that thought.
Yeah, that's cool. I believe in aliens because you gotta think there are millions, billions, trillions of planets out there, and it can't just be us. Is it scarier to think that we're the only life form, or scarier that there is other life forms?
It's 100% scarier to think we're alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, because it ultimately would mean it's kind of fucking pointless. There's nothing else to discover. There's nothing important out there that has anything of value to give us.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Like, that
that's
just
scary.
means that we're here for no reason.
Yeah, that's nihilism for you. It fucking sucks.
Now, what would you do if an alien were to come into your backyard?
You mean, like, come in my butt? Or?
I'd ask him if he's ever had weed, and I'd ask him if there's alien weed.
You trying to smoke up right
Y'all
now?
got alien weed? Martian weed, dude?
What if
That shit's crazy.
what if you saw an alien and it was thick?
I'd smash an alien for sure.
What do you
I
think?
wouldn't.
Do you
That's
think?
irresponsible.
Do you think that
Could cause problems.
Talk
Yeah.
about space STDs.
Do you think we'd like come up with a new generation of like species?
That's what's
Or
gotta
would it,
happen.
like a
That's-
donkey?
That's the next step in human evolution, man. We're all gonna start banging aliens, and
Sorry.
we're gonna start banging aliens and fucking create the next human race, or alien human race.
I don't know. I hypothetically speaking, if aliens existed and wanted to be banged, that would be probably a dangerous thing to do.
Think so?
Yes.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because then you would have to explain yourself to somebody's alien father.
Instead of a shotgun, they just got their
got
fucking
laser
alien
blasters.
blasters.
I don't know. I don't know.
Fucking laser you, dude.
So there's this doctor. Not that he used to be an astronaut. He worked at Area 51 and stuff, and he got a bunch of other astronauts to like snitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
His name is Dr. Stephen Green.
That's right. That's right.
So he's like snitch. Because back then you couldn't snitch because like they would threaten you, like
I bet this
wasn't-
motherfucker probably got all his friends together and was like, "Yo, guys, I have a really funny idea."
That'd be cool, but like they all actually have backgrounds in like going up to space and stuff. So
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it so funny.
that'd be weird. That'd be the biggest thing
Punking you.
ever.
They're fucking punking you, dude.
You think the aliens at Area 51 wanted to stomp that guy out?
Stomp that guy out. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Like, you talking shit? I heard you fucking snitched on us and just fucking stomp his ass out.
tell, bitch?
Right.
He came out around the time where people were gonna invade Area 51, and
He said, "Don't do it."
he was like, dude, they could try, but like they're not gonna do shit.
I mean, that's any government base.
Like-
You try and run over any government base, they're
Apparently-
gonna just fucking kill you on sight.
Apparently, Area 51 is like it's not just one spot like the White House. There's dungeons
Yeah.
and like
Multiple
tunnels and stuff that spread
sub-levels.
throughout.
Yeah.
So like, and even then, like he is allowed in Area 51, but he only has permission to see like certain stuff. Area 51, like you gotta have permission, like access to certain stuff.
He's not allowed in the Area 51 dungeon.
He's not. It
Okay.
gets freaky deaky in there.
I was gonna say, who gets to go down there?
But
Joe Biden.
not even the president is able to. Like the president does not have access into certain parts of like Area 51.
Come on, man. Want to see some alien pussy?
We all do. We all do. Come on.
Hunter Biden's definitely snorted some coke off of alien prostitute
Hunter
ass
Biden's
right now.
definitely snorted some alien coke.
Do you think that aliens have superpowers?
What, like telekinesis and shit?
Telekinesis, not just that, but like healing powers and stuff.
Uh-oh, guys. There's moisture on the table. My paper got
Shit.
wet.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna make this work anyway.
I mean, you think about it. if an alien species can get here, that means they're way ahead of us technologically, right?
Yes, millions of years.
Right, so that means they're millions of years evolved as well. So they've got to have something to get them through, you know? Because humans as a whole, with the exception of being able to use tools and stuff, we're pretty fucking weak.
Think so?
We're pretty like, go take on a shark in the ocean right now. You're gonna get fucking whacked.
You gotta punch it in its nose.
It's still gonna fuck your shit up.
You see that video of that guy that got attacked by a shark on Facebook?
No, dude, what?
He's just like, oh, hi. And then, like, a shark grabs him and just...
It's crazy.
And then, like, he's done. He's done.
It's crazy.
It's scary.
Crocodiles are the ones I'm afraid of, man. Everybody is afraid of sharks. I'm afraid of, like, crocodiles.
And alligators and stuff?
Yeah.
I ain't afraid of no croc.
Them shits are just fucking dinosaurs. They survive.
See, that's why I'm afraid of birds. No, I'm not that afraid of all birds, but I think the big ones, like the cassowaries and the ostriches, and like the other raptors like that, even chickens to an extent, are pretty fucking ferocious because, yeah, they're dinosaurs, right?
For sure.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
You'd be surprised how closely genetically related avians are to reptiles.
What's the biggest animal you think you could take in a fight?
I don't know. I don't really know.
Well, nothing bigger than me.
I think I could take on like an 8-foot alligator.
You think so?
Yeah. You
8
know,
foot?
I think so, maybe. Probably not, but like, I'm a fuck around and find out kind of person, so.
Well, like, the thing is... Okay, so my cousin had a pit bull, and he would, like... He didn't really know me much, but, like, he, like, came up to me and, like, was like, "Arr!" Like, you know, kind of tried biting me. So I would kind of just move. He would jump at me, move. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to get him in, like, a fucking chokehold.
Right.
Because he's, like, it's a pit bull. It's charging at me. I could just, like, push it, move it. But is that him just, like, the way that he plays? Or was that him, like, actually trying to kill me? Because I've seen... But then again, police dogs are a different breed. They're trained on that shit.
For sure. Dude,
So I don't know. I don't
You never
know.
know until it's too late.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the dog, too. Because I think I've read somewhere, like, German Shepherds and Huskies are more aggressive than, like, Pit Bulls are.
Dude, pit bulls are the best dogs out there.
Dude, I've never had a problem with Pit Bull. But my dad had a German Shepherd growing up. Big baby for everybody in the family. But I brought a friend over one day. Fucked him up good. Like, dude still got a giant scar on his arm.
Oh shit! They didn't have to put that with the dog. They didn't put that with the
No,
dog.
he didn't like report it or anything. But I mean, that dog was.
I got bit by my grandpa. He used to.
I got bit by my grandpa. He used to play bulldog with me.
My grandpa used to train dogs to, well, like his Rottweiler to fight, you know. And I got bit by a Rottweiler.
Damn.
And bro, I was crying, dude. I was like a little kid, I'm just like here with my little miniature guitar, and then like the dog Fiddleice sees me and just like bites me.
So you suck dick, kid.
And then I'm like, fuck! I'm like crying, and then here comes my grandma. She was like painting something, and she comes with with her paintbrush. She goes and gets it in its eyes, and then starts crying. And then my grandpa's like, oh yeah, it's okay. But we're like, dude, this dog just fucking bit your grandson. What are you doing?
Damn, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, luckily there's no scar or anything.
I got bit by a dog once. I got a little bit of a scar, but nothing too crazy.
I don't know.
I got bit by the carpet when I tackled you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you did too.
Yeah.
Sounds-
Got a
Mosquitoes.
little something.
But
Sounds pretty kinky, I won't lie.
yeah, dude. And so I remember also one time when I was younger, we would be watching cockfights. You know, like for some.
Is that why he tackled you in the ground?
Type me on the ground. We start cockfighting each other. It was the best. And like, it was like a game of biscuit. But I remember, yeah, we would be just like watching cockfights, and like they go crazy.
Nuts, dude.
Yeah.
I think I saw one video like back when Facebook didn't take anything down. You know, I think I saw a few cockfighting videos on there.
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
Dude, Facebook is weird.
Cherry bomb.
Facebook is weird because like it always goes through phases where like it doesn't. You remember back then when you would like it went through its phase of like love if Jesus, share for devil.
Yeah.
My
I remember
favorite.
that.
No,
Dude,
shit.
my favorite were like the spin-off memes where it would show like Jesus and the devil and it'd be like, my child will do this, my child will do
That's
that.
another one.
So there was a really funny one where it showed Jesus saying, my child will not wrap rocks with copper wire and throw them at power lines. And then one of the devil is just a speech bubble with a video of a guy doing just that. And there's a massive fucking explosion that vaporizes him like instantly.
Holy
He just
shit.
fucking disappears.
Damn, it's like he was in a submarine and shit.
Yeah, it makes a sound like.
And then you have those
Smited.
you have those weird phases where like you're just scrolling, you see something like gory and graphic, and you're like, what the fuck?
That's the shit where I'm like, hey, Lamau.
I watched one, I'm sure everybody saw this video, but like it was like, this is how McDonald's makes its chicken nuggets, and it was a bunch of like chicks getting blended up.
What? I haven't seen that shit. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Dude, it was a pretty famous video.
Yeah.
I didn't eat chicken nuggets for like 10 years because of that shit. I thought that was how they actually made chicken
No, I
nuggets.
doubt it.
You know, I've had a feeling for a long time.
I remember seeing this video where like a girl was like, "If my man is in there right now cheating on me," and she was at a hotel, and then she opens it up and they're like at the hot tub and like, "Oh yeah, you're fucking cheating on me. You're cheating on me," and she throws like a TV or a microwave in there and like shocks both of them and kills them.
Damn, you're gonna have to find that one for me.
Double kill.
That sounds crazy.
And then you get like the sad ones where like the guy, his like, my girl broke up with me, I'm gonna kill this guy, and like it was some like old guy, like, you know, with his like groceries, and he's like, you gotta blame this girl
Yep,
for
remember.
killing it, for breaking up with me. He's
was
like,
that
don't
girl's
shoot,
name?
don't shoot, and he shoots him, like
I think I
kills
saw
him.
that one.
That one fucking tore me up because
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's-
that's sad and fucked up.
Or even like every now and then today I'll like see videos of the cartel killing people and shit. That shit fucks me up. Or like the Taliban and shit like that. Just like cutting people's heads off and shit. That shit fucks me up. That sticks with me.
R.I.P. Live League.
Who would win? Who would, like, if it was like, think of this as like Deadliest Warrior.
Okay.
You know, you have the cartel. You have the in Japan, what are they called? The
Yakuza.
The Yakuza. And then, you know, you got your gangs, you know. You got the Mexican Mafia. Who's winning? Who is the most deadly, like, you know, big thing around here?
Around here?
No, like, around the world. If they were to just, like, you get 30 days to prepare.
So I think.
I think that's a little too much, because, like, you know, they could get nuclear weapons.
Oh, for sure.
Let's just say you got tomorrow by 5 p.m.
All right. Well, in that case, I think it's either the cartel or like ISIS, the Taliban, one of those.
ISIS, Taliban,
It comes down to money, dude.
The
Whoever's got the
American military.
most facts. It comes down to money.
Yeah.
Like whoever's got the most money is gonna win. That means they got the most weapons, they got the most infrastructure, they got the most movement. So it's the cartels or like Al Qaeda for sure.
Al Qaeda. Ooh. Huh, I don't know. I wish they would bring Deadliest Warrior back. Also,
I love that show.
can we bring back Celebrity Deathmatch? That was the shit.
We were talking about this at work the other day with the Zuckerberg and Elon Musk cage fight. Have you seen that?
Have they set a date for it?
I don't know,
Have
dude.
they
but
set a date for it, please? I want to see the press conferences.
I would pay my next paycheck to watch that fucking fight. Anyway, we were talking about we should just make Celebrity Deathmatch real. Fucking have Elon Musk and Zuckerberg fight to the death.
I don't know about that.
There you are, sir.
Thanks, man.
I don't know about that.
But like, it makes shit interesting.
It would.
Like any celebrity beef, they just deathmatch about it. Come on. That would also bring down like the bullshit drama a lot too, because you're not gonna have beef unless you're ready to die for it.
And it would get rid of like half the people on Epstein's list.
I refuse to financially contribute to anyone's weird fake celebrity beef. Sorry, just doesn't amuse me.
I love it.
These people make enough money from people paying attention to them.
Oh yeah, that's
I
fine.
have nothing but contempt for them.
That's fine. It's still entertaining as fuck. We still pay thousands. Well, they pay thousands, but like we spend like what, like $15 to see a movie.
Yeah, why?
True.
Pirate.
No, I'm good on that shit.
I love watching movies, dude. It's kind of sad movie theaters are going away.
I like pirating movies, but only a couple.
I just don't have the attention span for that shit.
What? Torrenting?
Yeah. Like, if
so
I'm at home watching a movie, I can't.
a lot of times, like, believe it or not, you don't really need a VPN to torrent anything. There's only a couple companies that care enough to chase you and sue you for copyright infringement. One of them is EA. So, like, if you torrent The Sims or something like that, they'll get you for that. But A24 is another big studio that does that. A24 is relentless.
Because their movies are pretty much always on. Their movies are fucking fire.
They are. I love them.
Uncut Gems is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Something came out recently that was A24 that was pretty good. There's one called Asteroid City, which is a Wes Anderson movie. I still want to see.
I don't watch movies.
Heard really good things about it.
I don't watch movies.
No?
No.
He watches anime.
I watch the anime and my anime movies. Yeah, I do. I still haven't seen the Super Mario movie. I still haven't seen, like, there are a few movies that I go personally out to see, like, you know, Spider-Man, No Way Home. No Way Home. That was cool.
Did you see the latest Spider-Man, the animated one?
No, and I wanted to.
Dude, that shit was so good.
Was it?
So good. Better than No Way Home, for sure.
What's her name? Gwen?
Yeah, Spider-Gwen. I never wanted to fuck a cartoon character more, other than Shigo.
What about
Other than
Lola?
Shigo.
Lola Bunny, man. Lola Bunny was like #1.
For sure, but like Shigo is top tier. She's, I'd sell my left testicle for Shigo.
All right. Let's move. Let's move the topic a little further.
Hotbox in this room.
Yeah, I'm not taking part in that shit.
Me
But
neither.
can I ask? I never asked, but I've always wanted to. You have a shaky thing.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little bit to me?
I've gone to the doctor. I've shooketh. I've shooketh my whole life.
Shake that ass.
That too. I still shake my ass though.
They say he's a rambling man.
Facts. And I've gone to like 20 doctors probably over the course of my lifetime. The most recently being within like the last year. And they have no idea why I shake.
Has it progressed gradually? Or-
Yes. I've had 20 concussions too, so they say that contributes to it. But,
Okay. Have they done any screening for like Huntington's?
I'm pretty sure
I
they
don't
would have
think
done
so.
everything at this
That's a
point.
good one.
20
I
years.
don't think so. They've done like Parkinson's and
Okay.
Alzheimer's. And I'm at pretty big risk for like early onset of both of those. But
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's-
I mean, I know Huntington's takes a little while longer typically to develop anyway.
What about I mean, you kind of have a gift if you could like somehow store that energy into like right here.
yeah, that's why I did porn. I'm a human vibrator, dude.
So you could like
It's only done good things for me. Girls see my handshake and they're like, I want some of that.
that. Good for you, dude. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Damn, that's really cool. But then again, like you shake, like
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I totally forgot that was a you thing until I met you again.
Right, for sure. Yeah, no, I don't even like realize I'm doing it most of the time. But the second somebody says something, it gets 10 times worse.
Does it feel just like you're just purposely shaking?
Yeah. But like I've never known what it's like to not shake. So
It doesn't affect your driving, gameplay.
I'm not like
gameplay.
it does affect that for sure.
I bet you're the best at press A really fast.
Yeah, I just gotta put my finger on it.
All right, I'm sorry. That's kind of a dark joke.
I was gonna say,
It's funny though.
if you need something to make fun of him for, he can't smell anything.
You can't
I
smell
can't
anything?
smell. No, because of the whole incident that I told you about.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they damaged my frontal lobe.
Like at all?
Can't smell shit.
So that means you can't really taste a whole lot either, right?
Cannot.
I've been saying this.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, it's fucked.
that's crazy.
But we'll step away from that ongoing court shit. So, you did porn.
I did porn.
My boy Willie, he did pornography. Is it on XNXX?
It's not on anything free. Don't pay for it. My ex gets some money, so.
Oh, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. But then again,
But like, I mean, I'll post
if
it,
it's
fuck.
if it's on like a page, it's out for free
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, for sure. You can find it.
Yeah, most definitely. You can find anything for free
Yeah,
everywhere.
that was did that for about a year and a half.
How many videos did you do within that year?
Not that many, probably like 40 something.
What about you, David? When you were with your girl, you did her OnlyFans. How many videos did you do?
This is not a subject I care to discuss very much. Sorry.
Oh shit!
No, I'm not gonna talk about it on on the podcast.
That's fair.
Yep.
More than one, but not less than zero. That's crazy. You weren't camera shy?
Oh no, very camera shy. I'm a fat dude. Like I'm chubby, so that was the hardest thing to get over. Past that, everything else was what it was.
You're like once you were in, you're like, I bet.
Right.
Did you did you have to like?
Oh yeah, I did some POV. I had the camera. I was a cameraman.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it kind of weird that like I know that they do this when like in porno you actually have to stop mid-session because they have a certain amount of angles that the director wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, all right, you're gonna do this, and like when the guy feels like he's about to like finish, you're like, all right, stop, 5-minute break, we'll have a cigarette. You wipe up a little bit. Why is the chair looking that way? Type of stuff. Did you do that? Was it that high in productivity, or were you just like
Every single
amateur
time.
videos?
Every single time.
So you were in that type of shit.
Yeah, there wasn't like it was on set. It was still just me and my ex.
Oh, that's cool. Good for
But
you,
like
man.
she looked at all the angles and all that jazz.
That's fucked.
Yeah, we stopped in the middle a bunch, took smoke breaks, whatever. It was not fun. It is not what you think it is. It is not a good time.
I've heard.
Not a good time.
It's a sad thing.
No, it's pretty degrading after a certain point, especially when you're doing it all live. Like if you're doing it live for somebody who's paying a lot of money for it, because that's where a majority of your money comes for shit like that. It's not like everybody's subscribing to the OnlyFans. It's like you find some weird old rich guy who wants to pay you a couple $100s to do this live for him. At least that's my experience with it. So
No,
Damn.
that's pretty spot on.
it's pretty fucking degrading sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, again, that's why I don't love going into it. I'll tell you everything bad about it, and I'll tell you everything I don't like about it. But I don't like to glamorize it or romanticize it or make it seem like
Nobody
oh,
does
it's living
OnlyFans
the
to fall.
dream.
Nobody
Living
does
the
OnlyFans to
dream.
fall in love. Let's be honest. Nobody does OnlyFans to fall in love. Find your Shrek, because Shrek is now better than Mr. Charming.
That's not what I'm saying at all, though. I'm saying even if you're doing it with someone who you love and you're comfortable with, and even if
It
you're doing
ruins
it with-
relationships, I'm assuming.
even if you're doing it with someone who you're really comfortable with and who you think you can have a positive, healthy relationship with sex work with, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it still fucking sucks.
Yep.
Even if you do have a healthy perspective relationship with it, it doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
Yep. I was a longtime girlfriend I was doing it with, and it was just not fun.
No, and it kind of, a lot of times, ruins your relationship with sex outside of the act.
Yeah.
And outside of the performance as well.
That was my next point. Like, it just made, like, neither of us wanted to have sex with each other after
Yeah.
shooting. It
Really?
changed things, yeah. It was weird.
It's not a romantic and intimate thing,
No.
Roman.
Well, I knew it wasn't. Duh, I knew it wasn't.
I mean, I'm all for people, like, posting their nudes and whatever. And even porn, whatever. Like, obviously, I did it. I've got nothing to say against it. But
I have nothing but respect for sex workers. It's just something that I hated doing.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly that.
That's sad. But it makes sense. It really does make sense. Let's stray away from that topic.
For sure.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm in a loving relationship now. It's great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Same here. I'm with somebody else, and that is far behind me.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
And I'm the single MILF.
MILF for sure. Remember that time in grade school you stole my MILF money?
I told David, so this is a fond memory that I have. I wanted to invite people to my birthday party, and I told my mom, let's go to the store, I want to get some invitations, and I gave them out to everybody. And so I'm walking around giving everybody invitations, and then I'm like, oh, Willie, here you go. And you're like, here's an invite to my party. And then you started giving out yours, and it was the same fucking day.
Yeah.
But,
man, our parents were dicks.
Yours was at the party.
That's literally my only comment to that is when you're that young, it's not you who picks the day, it's your fucking parents.
But now
mine was on my birthday. Yours was yours is in July.
Yeah.
But, like, it was at the park pool. So who do you think they went to? I heard they didn't go to yours because it was raining and it was like thunderstorming a little bit.
Oh, are we having this beef right now?
Oh boy.
Beef it up, bro. No, I don't know. Like, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I still don't even know.
You're gonna have to break it to him, Willie, that you were cooler than him in preschool.
He's cooler than me now. Come on.
I don't know about all that. What, you got your whole own podcast and stuff like that? There's no way I'm cooler than you.
No, it doesn't matter about that. It doesn't matter. You've always been like us. In high school, people would look at you and be like, oh, that's Willie. He's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I got along with everybody in high school, though. Like,
talk to this guy about it. You guys can share some stories.
I was not popular in high school.
I don't think I ever asked you, why didn't people like you in high school?
Another subject we're not going to cover on the podcast.
Did you, like, do some criminal fucking activity?
No, borderline.
Oh, if it's borderline, who fucking cares?
Me. It's a past I have left behind. You know?
But you learn from it, so why not, like...
Because unlike you, I sometimes have a filter and realize what is a good idea to say about myself and my past and what is not. So, we're not going to go there.
Well, everything that I say is a part of me, and I'm confident in myself to know that I am not the person I once was.
Amen, brother, and I'm so happy to hear it.
Everything that made me who I am today is because of what happened, you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's part of my life.
Yeah,
I may not be proud of it, but it's part of my life.
Bingo.
There you go. It's not part of my life either.
No, he said it is part of his life.
Oh.
Not anymore.
That second-hand high kicking in.
No, it's probably just because I'm like 3.5 in.
I don't know, man. The room's pretty cloudy. Take a look around, Roman.
True.
Oh, I know. It's kind of fucked. I don't like being in this situation right now.
It's okay. We're almost done. We're at least halfway done with the joint. It was a bit of a big boy.
Yeah.
She thick, slim thick.
It was.
I do not like being in the smoke of the devil's lettuce. I just don't smoke weed. I've never gotten into it.
The How You Doing Hot Box. Welcome to the How You Doing Hot Box, folks.
That's a setting a fucking segment I want to be a part of every week.
See?
Not me. It's just not me. I don't like smoking weed. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing.
So I didn't start smoking weed until I was 20.
That's good. I think that's good.
Yeah,
It's good to wait.
It was like 2 months before my 21st birthday. So I was like not a stoner in high school. I didn't start drinking until after my senior year. So like I have more of an appreciation for those things because I didn't do it when I was a kid, you know?
Yeah, see, I was a weirdo in high school mostly because I was a stoner, but also one of the conservative kids, so I didn't really fit in with the conservative kids or the stoners.
I hate that.
Right?
I didn't like fit in with anybody, but like I just didn't have beef with anybody.
See, and that's what I thought. I thought I didn't have any beef with anyone either, but I was not a... Let's just say I might have been a bit of a hateful person, so...
No. You're so lovable now.
I am. I'm happy to hear that, but, you know, you live and you learn, right?
Were you as feminine as you were now, as in back then in high school?
Maybe, but I didn't think so or know it. You know?
Yeah, my co-host he's a pretty feminine guy, but he's very well aware of it, and he works it to his advantage. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright, we talked about porn. First time you had sex, when was it?
Oh, fuck. Like, okay, so what are we talking about? Are we talking about like penetration, or like me being naked getting on top of a girl?
We'll do like milestones. So like first time a girl touched it, then like the first time you had sex.
I was like 3-4 years old.
Jesus.
I
meant in like...
There is this girl that used to live in my basement because my parents would rent out the basement to like help out for bills and stuff. And there was this girl, and like I would be playing Pokemon Snap, you know. She'd be coming up and like hanging out. We'd be eating some Cheetos and some churros with Valentina. You know, we'd just be playing Snap, Pokemon Stadium. She sucked ass. Girls suck at video games. Fuck. And then one day, she like grabbed my hand. She's like, "Vámonos." And then she took me to my grandma's room.
Let's go. Come on, let's get to it. You know that we can do it.
I fought every urge in my body to do that.
And she
and that was my first sexual experience, so
She took me to my grandma's room, and like, you know, we got naked. I got on top. I think I peed on her because I didn't pee really bad. And then like we heard knocking on the door, and then she goes to open it, still naked. I'm like, no, don't open it. And I'm like struggling to put my pants on, and she's like, no, está bien, and like, or something, I don't fucking know. She opens it, and it's both of our parents, my parents and her parents.
Fuck.
And her parents are like, grab her and fucking take her downstairs. My parents are just like, oh yeah, no man. They're just looking at me happy at the door. I'm just like, oh.
They forgot to say swipe or no swiping, because they swiped each other's virginity.
And then, so I felt bad, so I had a box of like Kix cereal. Do they still make Kix nowadays?
I think so.
So I had a box of like Kix cereal. Or cornflakes. Like, I'm just going downstairs to like give it to them to like, oh, I feel bad. Like, I want to give it to them as a gift. I'm sorry. And then like I go by the bathroom, and she's showering with her mom, and her mom is like, no haces eso, don't do that, no. And she's like crying, and I'm like, and I struggle to run back upstairs.
Damn.
And then the next day she comes up to my room, she's like, hola. I'm like, well, hello.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like 16 when I lost my virginity, so...
I didn't lose my virginity. No penetration. I peed on her.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Big ups, buddy.
That's out there now.
Yeah.
I was 14 when I lost my virginity.
Pissing on bitches since 2000.
He did it before R. Kelly made it cool.
Yeah, bitch.
God damn.
Pissing on bitches since before 9/11.
This weed smoke is really killing me. I do not like it.
This is a hilarious podcast so far. I think we're doing great.
I don't like it. I'm gonna open the window.
Come on. Alright, vibe killer alert. Vibe destroyed. Now I'm gonna have to roll more joints.
Oh no.
Fucker.
It's just not my vibe, dude. I don't smoke weed.
This is a 420 positive space.
That's a lot of windows he's opening up right now.
He is. He said, no, we'd be gone. Vámonos.
Fuck.
Yeah, you gotta fucking title this podcast "Smoked Out."
I will.
Yeah.
Smoked out of my own podcast.
Smoked out the room.
Yeah, it'll be like, I got smoked out. People will think it's like I'm smoking and like somebody beat me, like, in a competition, but it's really just me, like, I don't like weed smoke. It fucking hurts, man.
God damn. That was a fat joint, though. I'm guessing that was like 3 or 4 grams.
That's the fattest joint I've ever smoked.
Yeah, it's done, what is it, 1.5 wide?
Damn.
So you guys don't smoke cigarettes after weed?
No.
No,
It heightens it.
it does.
It
But it
absolutely
like
does
gives me
not
the
heighten it
spins.
up. Right, it doesn't.
Not in a good way. It
Doesn't-
makes the high turn on me.
It does not heighten it in a good way. Or, I don't know. I have,
Just
I have
like-
a vape right here.
Yeah.
I've got nicotine.
Just like
so-
when you're like drinking and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and then you smoke a cigarette, you're like, oh,
Exactly
man.
like that.
For
And the-
me, it's more like I get drinking and then I have a joint and I'm like, hell yeah. Just a little crossfade.
What about when why does it do that? Why does cigarette do that? Like, even when you're like hungover a little bit and then like you smoke a cigarette, you're like, oh man, now I feel even worse.
True.
I don't know. It makes me wonder why you want to smoke them.
Cause cigarettes are the shit, baby.
I liked them back in the day, but not too much now.
Believe me, I'll take down a Marlboro Red any day. But
Whenever I bum a cigarette, all my friends smoke Marlboro Reds.
absolutely, sir. As a redneck should.
I grew up in a redneck town.
I did too. Yeah, for whatever I seem like, I grew
Is
up in some
Belvidere a
fucking
redneck
angst.
town?
Yes,
Dude,
it is.
yeah.
You believe so?
Everybody calls Belvidere Belvitucky.
Who's calling me?
You know what? There is a memory that just popped up in my head.
I didn't tell my sex story.
Tell your sex
No,
story.
you're-
No, tell it.
All
it.
right. So, I worked at a Toys R closed, and I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'd kissed a girl. That's the farthest I'd gone.
And you liked it.
Oh yeah, it was great. But I was moving some furniture, and she asked me to move something for her. And I was like, I'll move it if you suck my dick. And she was like, okay.
So wait. Say that again.
I said,
Move some furniture.
yeah, move like a crib
I'll
or some
move
shit.
it if you suck my dick. Were you just playing around?
Yeah, I was like joking but not joking, and she's like, okay. And so I moved it and I was like, yo. And she was like, yo. Dropped my pants in the back of a Toys R gone.
All the way down, like when a kid in kindergarten has to pee?
No. like a gentleman at a urinal, kind of. Right. So
Just the front.
Yeah, first time a girl's touched my pee-pee. And then our boss walks back to exactly where we are. So like mid everything, like everything's out. I'm like, fuck. And so I like go to button up my pants, but I didn't zip up my zipper, so
Yeah.
you could like still see it through the underwear a little bit. My manager definitely saw my dick after getting my first blowjob, is what I'm trying to say.
And how did that make you feel?
I kind of liked it. That's why I went into porn.
And I would say I relate a little bit. I'm into the idea of exhibitionism, but at the same time, I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not trying to like sexually harass anybody or
Yeah.
show my dick to anybody who doesn't want to see it. But I do like the idea of performing, and I'm not very shy or like modest. But at the same time, yeah, it's you bite off more than you can chew. It's a lot different than what you think it would be.
Sex isn't that fun, kids.
It's not. It gets old.
I've already said my say on sex. I'm alright.
But anyway,
Damn.
that was my story. Sorry.
That's cool. What was I talking about before that? I got sex on my mind
You
now.
had a memory.
Oh, yeah. I remember my brother needed help with his fundraiser, back then when they did fundraisers. And he's like, oh, go tell them that it's for this charity. It's this charity. And your mom answered the door. And we're like, hi, this is for this charity that we're for fundraiser. and she bought some, and I felt really bad after when I realized that was your mom.
Dude, that's totally my mom, too. To this day, she'd do that shit.
She was like, what fundraiser? And I'm like, I go back to my brother, I'm like, what fundraiser? And they're like, oh, say it's this, and this. And so I went, and then she's like, oh, that's
funny.
great.
When I show my mom this episode, she's going to be like, that little fucker.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. No, I was 5 years old. I'm so sorry. I was doing shit for my brother.
What charity are you with? Handouts for hoes?
Do you remember what charity it was?
I don't. They were switching up the charities like every couple houses.
Damn, that's because I did shit like that when I was a kid. I was in the Boy Scouts, so I was like always selling something.
I hate that world's best chocolate shit.
Yeah,
What?
we sold a lot of
the
that
world's
shit.
finest?
World's finest. It's not.
It's so good.
It's not.
It's
Dude,
like
it's
the worst
so
best
good.
chocolate out there.
It's so good. Fuck you guys. It's so good.
What's it good compared to, Roman? A Hershey bar? Yeah?
It's better.
Yeah, they get better than a Hershey bar. That's
Because of one reason and one reason only. You get that Pizza Hut coupon.
I forgot about the
That
Pizza Hut
$1 off.
Yeah.
Your personal pan
Yeah,
pizza.
personal pan.
That shit's so good.
You know,
Yeah.
we used to have like an AR program at my school, which stood for Accelerated Reading.
Yep, we did too.
Yeah, I love that shit. They had me reading Tolkien in 5th grade. I was reading The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey.
Yeah.
God, but I love that book. I'm not gonna lie. They had me reading some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Also, I could have a coupon for a pizza,
Hell yeah.
personal pan pizza. 'Cause
I was reading at like a fucking 12th grade level in 2nd grade because for that fucking pizza.
Now, tell me this
And then
much.
they took that away. I stopped reading. I don't fucking read anymore.
Bingo.
Not at all.
That was gonna be my question. Did you also just stop reading?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't read at all anymore.
It's funny though because so recently, finally, I have interest in a couple books again. There's a couple recommendations I got. Have you ever heard of the book Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy?
I've heard of the author. I haven't heard of the books though.
So basically, this book is, and I'm gonna try to give like the tamest possible synopsis, but it's about a group of manhunters who ride around the Wild West, scalping Native Americans to sell the scalps to Mexico, like Mexicans in I forget what city it was, but it was the capital of Mexico. So eventually they realized that no one can tell the difference between the native scalps and the Mexican scalps. So then they ride around to these small Mexican villages, slaughtering everybody there, scalping them, and then riding back to the capital city to sell their scalps. And eventually the army realizes what happens, blah, 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 and it's just like a perpetual tale of bloodshed and sadism and awful, violence.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, there's the...
That almost makes me want to read again, dude.
There's a character in there called the Judge, and he's apparently a 7-foot tall albino, completely hairless giant who crushes horse skulls with his fists.
That's fucking dope.
And he's a representation of the devil.
What?
Yeah,
Can I get this as an audio book and have you read it?
Have me read it?
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Man, I could get into narrating. That'd be fun. But
There's
no,
only been one book that actually made me cry, and it was Alabama Moon.
I haven't heard of that one.
They made a movie about it. It's about some kid that his dad didn't like how the system was working, so he took his son into the forest, and they were just living off the forest, how a man lives, set up these traps, fish, make your own, all that bullshit.
You ever read Peak? You ever read Hatchet? You ever read...
No.
Yeah, these are books I also read for AR back in the day.
Yep.
Similar tales, yeah.
And then his dad dies because he had an infected knee, so he went to he went to a store that his dad would actually go to on occasion, just for supplies that you can't get in the wild. And then there was this cop that was trying to get him, but he would always escape, and then he meets friends, and because he eventually gets caught, so he goes to where the kids are, an orphanage, and it's sad ending, and I cried. I was just
Damn.
I was in my literature class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just crying and shit. It was cool.
What was your favorite class you took in high school?
Ooh. What was mine? Okay, we can't say the easy ones like study hall,
no, like
gym class, lunch.
give me a real answer. What was your favorite class?
AP
the one
Statistics.
where you felt like you learned something?
Yeah, AP Statistics, number one, because it gives you a better idea of how to properly read and analyze statistics as a whole, but also because it shows you how to properly represent statistical data based on experiments or based on historical data, things like that, right? Because it's very easy to misuse or misrepresent trends with statistics and or be tricked by a misrepresentation of data.
That was a very beautiful explanation of what statistics is.
It is a very, very practical subject, and I thoroughly recommend it to anyone because it helps you debunk a lot of what people call science or what they try to shove down your throat as science.
You know what would be mine? Logic class, because they taught me all about fallacies. You know.
Okay. We had a logic class?
In high school?
Oh, no, I guess just in general. Yeah, that's fair.
In college, yeah, I
The
took logic class, and then I learned all about these fallacies, strawman fallacy, and all that bullshit. And then I remember I was drunk one day. I'm like, if they pull me into court for what happened, I'm gonna be like, I'm just imagining what the lawyer's gonna say. I'm gonna be like, no, that's a straw man fallacy. You're wrong.
I guarantee you should not do that.
Yeah.
Then I wake up the next morning. I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna let my lawyer do shit like that.
If you think it's ever a good idea to try and come off overly sophisticated, educated, or more intellectual than you are in court, you are wrong.
Yeah.
You want to seem simple. You want to seem like an honest, never done nothing wrong,
like a real person.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm an idiot.
And it also makes you just look more dumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it does not make you look any smarter.
What was yours?
Oh, shit. Government, AP government.
Government.
I felt like I just learned a little bit how the system works, you know?
Me and my government teacher got along great. I remember he was a really cool guy. I had a strong hunch that he was like ex-CIA. I'll tell you more about that after this, but go ahead.
Fair.
Yeah. Those guys are like sharp.
No, shout out those fucking teachers that really imprinted something on you. Mr. Bailing, my government teacher, thank you.
Mr. Vaughn. Oh, I don't know if I should say his name, actually.
That's fair. You don't want the CIA to
Scratch that. We'll edit that part out. Like, make a note of that. Edit that name out.
We'll edit it out at 52:35 around that time, baby.
My bad. You're good.
No, please. You were going somewhere already. I don't want to cut you off.
I figured out, learned how the world worked. It was one of the few classes that actually meant something, prepared me for what was real in my life.
Absolutely, especially with those government classes, too. It helps you make sense of the convoluted U.S. What?
You want it?
Want the beer? Yeah, I do.
Helps you make sense. I'm gonna go stock us a baby. Give me a little bit of time.
Yeah, this discussion might not be suitable for Roman. I'm kidding.
The government.
I'm sorry. That was harsh.
Damn.
But yeah. So a class like that helps you make sense of the convoluted U.S. political system, but also makes you interested in a lot of historical events that don't quite add up.
Yeah.
I was having super detailed discussions and debates even with my government teacher about how they did Bernie Sanders in the, I think, 2008 primary? Or was it the 2012 primary?
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was after Barack Obama.
Right, of course. But this guy, so I was super conservative at the time, and he was super liberal. And I was telling him that they were fucking sabotaging Bernie Sanders and making it impossible for him to win the primary. Because even someone like me, who was, mostly concerned with conservative politics, saw all of this going on. What the fuck? That's crazy. And, I think that Bernie Sanders was a much better candidate for the Democratic Party that year anyway.
Yeah.
For both sides.
100% I agree.
For both sides. And I'm not even just saying that I think he has more conservative values, but I think he had more logical values and less establishment values, which is again why at the time I was kind of a Trump guy anyway, was because the whole overthrow the entire Republican establishment, get those fuckheads out of there because they are evil.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
They are evil.
Yeah.
Period.
Facts.
And whatever you think about Trump, I think there was a desperate attempt to portray him as more evil than the Republican establishment.
So I've always been pretty middle ground, which my government teacher actually helped instill in me. He was a conservative.
We got some
conservative
weird
guy.
ones over here. So this.
I'll drink the
Oh,
PBR.
sorry. Yeah. So this right here is the housewarming the housewarming stuff. So I got a red hard apple. You said you would drink PBR.
I'll drink whatever. It doesn't bother me.
I was kind of hoping I would get a PBR.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll drink
I had a
whatever.
beer shower with a PBR.
Yeah, I'll drink the reds.
And then I got Corona, and then there's another red ale. But like, to be honest, at that point, podcast will pretty much be over. Keep going though. I'm sorry.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
I will just add on to that, and you'll probably have something to say about this too, but it's so amazing how you can have someone on the opposite side of the political spectrum as you, but as long as they are articulate and have interesting and informative things to say, it's still wonderful to hold a conversation with them.
Oh, that's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
He was a conservative guy personally, but he, as a teacher, he taught both sides have their issues.
Right.
Both sides have their problems. I'm not going to lie to you as a conservative to tell you who's wrong and who's right.
Yeah, I'm
but-
not going to sit here and
Right.
say it's the woke left that's destroying America,
Right.
ruining our culture.
Exactly. And he imprinted that on me as a high schooler, and as a kid I'd always had an interest in politics. But he really instilled that in me, and I've taken that into adulthood for sure, because I actually want to run for government in the city we grew up, Belvidere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to run for
You
something.
know what's funny? This is like downplaying it a lot. I ran for student council
Hell yeah.
and I won.
Dude, I ran for something
Do you know?
in middle school.
Do you want to know how I won in middle school?
You promised everybody ice cream.
Cheated.
No, I told my brother to make a rap for me and I sang it.
I think I remember that
It
actually.
was in Mr. Sieber's class.
Oh, no shit. I think I remember that shit.
Mr. Who?
His name was Mr. Sieber.
Oh, I thought you said another name. But
And then like so everybody gave out their I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then here I come with a rap.
That's
And
funny.
then everybody, I even remember when people were voting that so it was like, who's the one that made that rap again? Roman? Oh, okay.
Yo, that dude that dropped that rhyme though. I voted him.
And then
All you needed was bars in middle school. You didn't need anything else.
and funny enough, I so like I won, but I only went to like 2 student council meetings because my mom was working and I couldn't like get there. And they were doing stuff that was cool. Like the only 2 times I was there, like we were like drawing and be like, okay, so this on student council meeting we're doing this, and this. Nothing really too crazy.
Right. I was in a quiz bowl in middle school. Like the Jeopardy
Yeah.
for middle schoolers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
There
what
was
I
some,
was into in middle
there
school.
was something that made me cry though. So it was around Halloween, and the homeroom teachers were supposed to decorate their doors with the classmates, and I missed that student council because of my
your mom had to work?
my mom had to work. So we were in the math class, and somebody was talking about like, oh yeah, like we didn't do that for ours, and she's like, yeah, really? Why? And then they said, well, because our student council representative didn't do anything about it. Like he didn't go and he didn't tell us. And
Hey,
they're
that's
like, wow.
just a taste of real political office, buddy.
And they're like, and the teacher's like, wow, like that's not fair. Like, you know, if you won, you should have done this and this. And I'm just like, they didn't know that I was in the class. I'm just crying.
Except real political office is like, Senator so-and-so voted for a bill in 2006,
Right.
inadvertently granting pedophiles clemency.
Yeah, for real. That's why, like, if I
I
run,
was voting for indigenous people's
Right.
rights.
that's why, like, if I run, I want to keep it small. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go that big,
Yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
because like that's when shit like that starts happening, and I have
Hey,
no
that's-
interest in that. And I want to make a real difference. Those people are just.
Are you not
figureheads,
scared
they
that
don't do
being on this
shit.
podcast would devastate your
No,
poll?
I don't think he said anything that would reflect poorly of him. I don't think. You
No,
know,
not that, but it's just like the action, like, oh, he's on this podcast drinking and, like, you know, smoking weed. Like,
Every real person does that. Like
Right, and-
every real person has their vice. So what if I come over, have a beer too?
He's a
and
genuine
talk
fucking
to the camera.
person.
Furthermore, we are currently in a state where everything we are doing is legal because
Yeah.
we are, of the age of,
Right.
of 21 plus. So
Right.
this-
yeah, true.
all
true.
of this is legal. We're not doing anything illegal.
It's just the old mindset trying to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
you forget that
you
this
doing
isn't
it.
naughty anymore.
That's what I'd like to see
No,
go
no, no.
away. You know,
Don't get me wrong. it's just-
absolutely.
that was the whole mindset. Like, my whole question is, like, there are people that still believe this, and this.
No, I mean, and furthermore, I was going to say, I'll get into that a little more, is because this right here may not technically be a legal amount, but that's just like the fact that with a lot of things that are legal to an extent, you've got cases where people are kind of in a gray area. Like, with guns, for example, there are a lot of people that own guns or attachments for guns.
Too much guns, fuck shit.
Or own something for a gun that makes it illegal, or it's modified to be an illegal weapon, and there's a lot of people that disagree with the whole legislating magazine capacities, with legislating switches, legislating stocks now. So, but you'll find a lot of people who consider themselves law-abiding citizens that own a rifle with a stock that aren't supposed to, because new legislation has just passed that makes that illegal. So
Yeah,
and I consider myself in the same boat as those people.
yeah, and to an extent, like I grew up, my parents drank around me. My
Yeah.
parents got drunk around me as a kid,
Yeah,
and I feel like most people can say that. Like that's
Yeah.
not a weird thing.
yeah.
What's the difference? You know,
True.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
makes
and believe it or not, look
and
at
not like to get high around your kids, but like
no, yeah, especially if it's something like smoke that is airborne and can be caught secondhand. That's a whole different story. But
Right.
with that being said, yeah, I do have similar ideas about getting drunk or intoxicated around children. That it's to drink around children is one thing. To get shit-faced when you are the legal guardian of a child
Yeah.
in a situation where you need to be protecting them and be watching them and be supervising
Yes.
them, it's a whole different story.
100%.
That is
Yeah,
completely
exactly.
irresponsible.
Did I ever tell you the story of when I was in charge of a shotgun? And to
no,
blast whoever was in the front door.
Oh, really?
that's insane.
I was gonna say I used to go shotgun hunting, but I've never had to blast anybody with it.
So pretty much, I was in Mexico, and there were these Latin kings, from what we assumed, broke into my friend's house and stole his PlayStation, his recording equipment, his even my fucking iPod Touch,
Damn.
his girl's purse, like all of that. So they were like, they grabbed guns and stuff and like knives, and they went down there, and like it was around the fair. So like I'm over there too, and then they're like, okay, so you, Roman, are you, like right now, like come with us, and then they took me back up to the house. Like right now they saw us, so in case they want to steal more stuff, here's the shotgun. And what you're gonna have to do, if you don't hear us say this code before we open the gate, blast whoever the fuck is there. Protect our girls.
Was it a
Fast.
full size shotgun or was it sawed off?
Dude, it was fucking full size. That shit was heavy.
Yeah,
Double barrel?
Yeah,
pump
that's
action?
Double barrel.
that's what people don't understand.
That's
is
crazy.
Real guns are kind of heavy.
Yeah, very.
The
And
longer the barrel, the further forward.
And
the
I was
upgrade is supposed to be.
15, dude.
Recoil's the thing not
That
a whole lot of
recoil would
people
have killed
expect.
me.
Nah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have killed you. But
Dude, a double barrel's got a lot of recoil for a kid.
Oh, I
I was
know.
15 years old.
well, when I used to hunt with a
Oh,
20
yeah.
gauge, a Mossberg 500 20 gauge with slugs, and the slugs, when you got them in there, actually, because of the barrel dimensions, they kick just as hard out of a 20 gauge as they do a 12 gauge. In fact, they kick a little less out of a 12 gauge. When you're talking about bird shot, buckshot, actually the 12 gauge is going to kick more because there's more powder in there, the projectiles, blah blah blah. But with the, you know, muzzle dimensions or the muzzle diameter of the 20 gauge, the slugs kick just as hard. And I was fucking crying. I was like 13, 14. My dad was having me sighted in at the range, and so we were firing like 20, 30 slugs out of the thing. And I was crying by the end. I was like, Dad, this is fucking ridiculous. I can't be shooting this all day. And he's like, well, don't worry. When we're hunting, you're not going to be shooting it all day. Hopefully, you're only going to be shooting it once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And
let me tell you the little twist. The guy that gave me the gun, his dad was coming home that night.
Yeah.
So if he came home,
they didn't tell me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you didn't kill somebody, but
I
Jesus
didn't.
Christ.
No, you would have got off the hook, especially considering the fact that people were there trying to break in or already broke in, and you guys were scared kids. Like, I think, especially, I don't necessarily know Mexican law as well as I know U.S. law, but I believe people would have seen the reason to that. That would have been an extenuating circumstance where, worst case scenario, you would have had to go do some community service. Maybe.
Damn.
It's manslaughter for a minor and with understandable circumstances.
But still, you don't know the trauma between, like, you know, killing a person.
Oh yeah, you would have been fucked up.
Yeah, you would not be where you are today for sure.
Oh no, you might be in like a psych ward or something.
Right.
Do you believe that and multiple, you know, killers have said this, when you kill somebody you get a fucking hard on? Do you believe that's true?
The way you said
No.
that made me think you were a serial killer.
Yeah, that's not
Well,
true.
let me tell you, I did kill somebody. I didn't kill anybody. I was scared. I was scared.
So like we obviously, like, I've never killed anybody. I guess I don't know about you guys, but
I've killed plenty of living things because, you know, I used to hunt plenty. But yeah, there's no hard on. There's an there's an adrenaline rush, which is really cool.
but like we can't be in their mindset. We can't fathom their mindset when they're killing somebody.
I don't know. I would assume maybe. I mean, I could be totally wrong about this, but I would assume maybe the same thrill you get from killing a large animal like a deer is probably similar to the thrill you get from killing a person, if that's something that you want to do.
And I think some serial killers have said that, and there's a book about it, The Most Dangerous Hunt.
Yeah.
It's about a guy that drops a bunch of people off at an island and hunts them.
What?
The most dangerous game.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and hunts them. It's a great book.
Us, too well-read individuals.
That sounds like a movie.
Scholars.
Yeah, I'd like to say
That sounds like a movie.
I read that book in 3rd grade. Like,
Roman keeps accidentally bringing me all these intellectuals.
No, I'm just bringing my friends. I don't fucking care. We haven't caught up in so long.
for real, I haven't. It's almost 10 years. Shit, we graduated 10 years ago almost.
No way.
That's crazy.
Fuck! No.
Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, and then do you believe that this was a little myth going around that when you kill a bug, it'll murder you in your sleep?
I've always heard that, and like, no, I don't believe it, but I've always been afraid of it. You know,
When you kill a what?
A bug. Like that's why you shouldn't kill bugs. Like if you kill that ant or that worm, it's gonna kill you in your sleep.
so like I have arachnophobia pretty bad. Like if I see a spider,
Really?
I'll freak the fuck out. So like I'm terrified to kill them because I'm afraid I'm not gonna kill them, and they're gonna fucking find me while I'm sleeping. And I know it's irrational. I know it doesn't make sense, but I fucking hate spiders.
Damn, spiders are the fucking worst.
The spiders
dude.
are the fucking worst.
Me, I guess I'm in the outlier here. I like spiders.
Yo.
because spiders eat like mosquitoes and shit. And I don't know if you guys have ever struggled with mosquitoes inside your house or apartment or whatever, but when you got a bad seal somewhere or a crack somewhere, they get in. And
Or leave the door open, David.
yeah, or something like that. But you know, you get mosquitoes in the house and them bitches bite you while you sleep, and you're like, how the fuck did I get a mosquito bite? I didn't even go outside.
I got a couple.
Right.
My nickname was West Nile when I was a kid. So like,
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Because you mosquito bites.
mosquito bites all the time, all the time.
Yeah,
Like
well,
covered in them.
I don't struggle with that now that I have spiders in my house.
Yeah, but fuck spiders.
Nah,
They're creepy. I'd rather get bit by a mosquito every day of the week.
You never got familiarized with them and which ones are cool that will make webs out of your way.
I had a dream. This is the whole reason I'm scared of spiders.
Oh.
I had a dream when I was like 4 years old about a spider that I hadn't like seen in my personal life. It was a black widow, and I had a dream. It was crawling over my blanket, but this like it was a very real dream. So until I was like probably 13, 14 years old, did I not realize it was a dream? So I lived my whole life in fear of just because of that dream.
Fuck that.
I kind of had a similar experience with like a dream I had about skeletons when I was really little for some reason. And for the longest time, I was like, what about the skeletons? Where are they at right now? Like, how do I know that how do I know we're out of the... How do I know we're safe from the skeletons right now?
Yeah, there was something in a show once. It was like, how do I know? Like, I thought mummies were going to be a bigger problem than they are.
You know, did you ever watch The Mummy and then get an irrational fear of those fucking bugs that crawled under the skin?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, that might be related to being a hypochondriac. Would you say that you are a hypochondriac in any way?
If I a little bit for sure. If I feel a pain, I'm like, oh fuck, I have cancer. You know.
I'm the same way. Like my throat starts feeling weird, and I'm like, damn, I need to stop vaping. That could be a tumor.
Wait, is that
I
what
had
it
the
means?
thought today.
Yeah,
I had that exact thought today.
that
Is that what it
called-
means? Oh my fucking
Yeah, that's being a hypochondriac. But I don't know. I think it's also in this day and age a lot easier to develop hypochondria when you see ads on TV and like you're surrounded by these messages that say, warning, this will give you cancer, that'll give you cancer.
Right.
If you took this medication and you're fucked up now, call us, you get some money.
That's why with all the Viagra commercials, I thought I was going to have erectile dysfunction my whole life.
All right,
See,
so
you're surrounded by messages all the time that there's something wrong with you.
speaking of dreams, this is a weird, not really weird. It's just a little segment that I do. I actually remember this one, thankfully. And now it's time for Roman's dreams.
That was fucking spicy.
I thought that was part of the fucking.
I love that shit. That was great.
I thought it was.
That was spicy.
I hate stock noises. I hate stock music.
I love
my-
them. I love them.
Okay.
If used right, they're great.
So I had a dream.
I
That there was.
infused it.
Yeah. So I had a dream that there was these three girls, right? And then one of them, two of them were, kind of slim. They were.
Slim thick?
How would I say it? There's a category on it.
Petite.
Petite. They were petite.
The second you said category, I fucking realized what you were talking
shit,
about. That's
yeah.
fucked up.
So one of them was petite.
I need to make an adjustment real quick.
And then, one of them was, two of them were petite, one of them was fine. And then, I was like, all right, well, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna do this and that, and then, I don't know, like, for some fucking reason, Blaze, he's a PMO at Frito-Lay. He was getting head from the one that I thought was hot. So I'm like, oh shit. But what's funny is like he had his schlonk out.
So it was long.
But think of it like as like 3 Lego, like the big ones that the kids play with, but they were attached to a string. So when he saw me, it would kind of like flap down. He's like, oh hey Roman, what's up? And then like one of them, I was like, hey, just stay there. I will be right back. And then some other shit happened in my dream, and like I never smashed. So I can't even get fucking laid in my dream.
That sucks. Have you ever had a wet dream?
Never.
Dude, me neither. I thought that was going to be a big problem.
I went without masturbating for like 6 months and never got a wet dream.
Oh,
and I'm
ever
like,
since I started, I haven't gone 6 months without
I'm
doing
like, no. They say that when you stop masturbating, you're gonna have a wet dream. I never got shit.
that. Dude, never. Like, I've had sex dreams, but I've never, like, had a wet dream.
I'll say same here. Like there will be times where I have random sex dreams. Hasn't happened for a long time, but
Same.
I used to have random sex dreams where I'd be having sex with somebody and I'd be like, why the fuck am I here?
Right.
Why is this even happening?
I've had sex dreams where like I actually busted in the dream, but like I did not
Yeah.
bust it in real life.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That doesn't happen to me.
I'm like, what was that?
You ever have what do they call it when you can like control your lucid dreams? Lucid dreams.
Oh.
I'm starting to, because I've had a lot of really awful dreams lately. So I've had to start reminding myself that when I am hanging out somewhere and a nuclear bomb goes off and I see the blast wave coming towards me, that this is not real. I am in a dream right now.
That's crazy. That always happens to me when I'm having like a nightmare. That shit always happens to me.
Yeah,
that's how I
so
wake up. I'm like, okay,
lately-
this is a dream, and then I wake up.
Lately, I've been pretty good at it, where I'm like, yeah, this isn't even believable. Because like,
Yeah.
there was one recently where I dreamed I was on a train and the doors flew off and everyone was getting sucked out of the train. And I was like, this is crazy. That wouldn't happen. And I'm like, this wouldn't even happen. What the fuck?
I've had dreams where like I'm on a plane, and then for some reason like we're getting low on fuel, so they're like, all right, you gotta hop onto the next plane so we could do like so we can fuel up. So then like a plane comes up, and then like they open their doors. They're like, come on, just jump. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's crazy. I always have a dream I'm like stuck in a maze, but it changes, and then right when I'm about to get to the end, I wake up. I've had that dream since I was a kid.
That's interesting.
Like it's a recurring dream I've had. I've had it the first time I remember having that dream. I was like 5 years old.
Whoa.
And I had it the other night. That's why I thought about it. But like,
Damn.
crazy. Like dreams mean something. You guys think dreams mean something?
Possibly, but at the same time,
Your dreams are recollections of every little thing that you see throughout the day.
True.
I think there is a keen difference between a dream that you want to be having and a dream you don't want to be having. Like, for example, the sex dreams. Like, for one person who has the sex dream and is happy that they're having the sex dream, or is like, oh, heck yeah, this is awesome, that's one thing. But for another person who has the sex dream and gets very confused and is like, I wouldn't do this, it could mean something else.
I've never thought about sex dreams that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
at least that's what it's been for me, sometimes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, to me, like there are some dreams that like I have, and like I try to pinpoint what in my day caused that, and like you can see, like I've said this before on the podcast, you could literally see a random person walking down the street, and they will be in your dream. Because for some fucking reason, your brain doesn't have the mental capacity to make a whole new person. So everybody that you have seen in your dreams, you've seen in real life.
Yeah, they say like when you're dreaming, like parts of your dream don't make sense. Like if you were to put it on a recorder or like a TV screen, like the books you're seeing in the background don't have any labels. Shit like that. Like minor details are missing from your dream because your brain can't think of all of those possibilities.
I was just about to say that for the life of me, I can never remember seeing a person's face in a dream.
Yeah.
I remember knowing that the person was there, knowing who it is, but never actually seeing their face.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
That's also interesting because I remember when I used to take a lot of Adderall that was prescribed because I had ADHD, but it was, high school shit, like for helping me get all my work done. But I would get really sleep deprived, especially after taking Adderall and binging on that for a couple days. But it would get to a point where when you're sleep deprived enough, you can like dissociate and stop recognizing people, because it's like people I would see in my peripheral vision, I'd be like, who the fuck is that? And then I'd look at their face and remember them, but it's like I kind of have a brief period where I don't recognize them out of the corner of my eye. Yeah,
there's like a primal human fear, everybody has it, where if you see something that's like close to human but isn't quite, it's terrifying.
The Uncanny Valley.
Yes, that's what it's called. I couldn't think of the name.
I love the idea.
And there's a lot of that in dreaming too,
Yeah.
because you see things that are pretty much what you see typically, but they aren't quite, and that's what nightmares are essentially.
Have you ever heard of the phrasing "looking into the abyss," the dark abyss?
Yeah, like if you're driving in traffic and you're just like, I should fucking swerve my car and get hit.
Not just that, but also when you're like on a bridge and you're like walking, like
it's the same thing.
What if I'm gonna jump right out?
Yeah,
What if I were to,
that's why I'm like afraid of. Like I'm not afraid of heights, but I always have that thought when I'm up there. Like, what if I just jump?
It's scary. It's scary. Like, yeah. There's a lot of things. And
We're all exposing ourselves as some Vsauce viewers here.
Like, that's a common human anxiety that, not people, like, recognize as anxiety.
yeah, and I remember when I was younger, I'm like, I might be repeating myself on the podcast, but like I remember I was in an elevator with a kid, like a baby and like the family, and I'm like, what if I were to just punch this kid right now, right when the doors open, and just leave?
Yeah.
That's not looking into the dark abyss.
Not quite, but
the dark abyss makes you want to kill yourself, but like,
it's the intrusive thoughts.
yes.
Yeah. Because, like, I have nieces and nephews, and I've, like, roughhoused with them, and I've just thought about throwing them. Like, I love them to death. I have a tattoo for my niece. I love her dearly. But
Yeah, we all have those thoughts.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any?
Mr. Mayor, do you still think about throwing children?
all the time.
David,
you
have you
hear
ever
one
had-
cry in a restaurant, you worked at Applebee's. Like,
Yeah.
you hear a kid cry in a restaurant, you just want to throw it.
No,
I'm not the only one that thinks that.
I have spit in somebody's drink though.
Yo, what?
Yeah. No. Okay. So like this was very justified.
Was
in
it my
opinion.
mom's?
No. Okay. So it was the first night of the fair in Belvidere, and I want to. David, we're going there.
Belvedere Fair?
Yeah, the Boone County Fair.
Oh, yeah.
They have a weed tent there now. I bought like drinkable THC there.
I'm gonna bring a shit ton of weed to the weed
Dude,
tent
I got
and see if they
high
stray.
as fuck.
I've
Never been more high in a public place in my life. I'd had 2 of them motherfuckers while I was there.
Hell yeah.
So I remember
Sorry,
THC infusions. That's the future. Tinctures. they
You
call
spin
them.
somebody's drink. Sorry.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, I spit in somebody's drink because it was the first day of the fair, and I was the only server. And we get a party of 8, party of 3, 4, 2, and then another party of 9, and then a party of
Ooh.
11. I'm the only server
That
and
sucks.
bartender, and then we get a 12 top, and so I'm like struggling trying to get everybody's drinks before I put in their order. And remember, Applebee's at that time closed at 2.
Damn.
2 a.m.?
No, 1. I'm sorry.
I don't remember it being open that long.
You know, we closed at 1. And then, well, to be honest with you, I didn't leave that restaurant until 4:30 in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
And then, so somebody wanted like, some kind of mixed drink, a Bahama Mama, I'm assuming. And then, like, I'm trying to get somebody's drink. She's like, I ordered a Bahama Mama 15 minutes ago. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll get you a Bahama Mama right away. I'm just like, writing down somebody else's drinks. And then she comes up to me. She's like, hey, I want a Bahama Mama. I'm like, you got it. First thing on my list. And I go and make her Bahama Mama. And I just fucking spit on it. Because she sees that I'm the only one running around.
Yeah.
And she sees that, like, there's more people still coming in. And the
Yeah.
fact that she's like, instead of saying, hey, I'll probably just wait till he catches up, is like, I need my Bahama Mama.
Yeah.
Work at the fair is hard. It's so hard.
Dude, it's crazy to me how I know nobody that's like that, but everybody I know that's worked in like retail or food service has had a customer story like that. Like,
Yeah, it's
they're
bad.
the fucking worst. Why do you think you can just talk to minimum wage employees like they're fucking assholes?
My favorite thing to do is walk up to them and start acting like I'm gonna be like that, and then go, "Nah, I'm just fucking with you, man."
Really? How would you do that? How would you do that?
Be like, well, I really think you should know where that is, given that you work here. No, I'm just kidding.
There's like a Vine, or was like a Vine trend, God, I'm old, where they'd like burst into the kitchen and be like, who the fuck made this? And then they'd be like, me. And then the guy would be like, it's fucking awesome, keep doing your thing. Shit like that
Yeah.
fucking cracked me up. Because
Right.
like, you could believe somebody would do some shit like that.
Oh yeah, you could expect it to go south.
Yeah, like I never worked in a kitchen like that, but I worked at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
And we had people that
was a
walked
whole-
behind counters and shit and like walked into the grill area.
That was a whole Vine trend. Like, who made this? Make it every time. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Then you get the weird
you know
ones
what
where
I'm
like,
talking
who
about.
made this? Piece of shit, don't make this again. The weird ones.
I worked in food service when like where they'd throw like a milkshake back at you through the
Fire in the
drive-thru.
hole.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And we had like a few people do that to us, and a couple of them got fucking arrested.
Yeah, it's assault.
It's assault.
That's people. Don't realize
What?
that.
How?
So there's. I don't know how much you know about the law, Roman, but basically,
I know quite a bit. Not that would be assault.
assault is any time that you intend to harm someone else with physical contact, whether that is with a weapon, whether that is with a random object, whether that's with a hot liquid, cold liquid, blah blah blah. Anytime you throw anything at anyone, hit anyone with anything, hit anyone period with your hands, even pushing somebody, it constitutes assault.
Oh, so that's why Karens get away with a lot
So
of
like
shit.
during COVID, spitting at somebody
Assault.
was assault. Because you could have been infected,
And
and
there's-
that's how it was transferred.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Even hypothetically speaking, if you have a common cold or the flu and spit at somebody,
Yeah.
that's assault.
That's a biological weapon.
And here's the other thing, is everything that falls short of assault is usually battery.
You want it, right?
I want
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, do you want it?
Everything that falls short of assault is
Alright,
usually
hold on, baby.
battery. So like,
right back.
for
Are you
example,
peeing?
No, I'm gonna grab some more beer. You
I got
pee?
pee.
I'm gonna sit here and monologue for the podcast.
There you go.
I would take literally like 2 seconds.
David's Dungeon.
I'm not actually gonna monologue about assault for the podcast. Instead, I'm gonna pearl this fucking joint and give him a choice when he comes back, which one he wants. It's been nice talking to everybody. How do you guys feel about weed? I tend to enjoy it quite a bit. Again, it's kind of like cigarettes for me. I don't get like fucked up or anything. I just, puff puff, puff puff. It's fun. What? Talking to him about how for me weed's like cigarettes. I don't really get fucked up. I just kind of puff for fun.
Oh, puffer.
Puff,
You're
puff.
a Jigglypuff.
Yeah. You could say that.
Oh man. Well,
But on that note, yeah. So everything that isn't assault pretty much is battery. And battery is when you like push somebody or even in some cases hit somebody, but it's not because you're trying to hurt them. It's because you were trying to get away from them or trying to get away from them. Wait, that's what I just said. Oops. You're trying to get through a crowd. You're trying to get to something else. They're in your way. Something like that. That's usually when you're guilty of battery. So like, let's say, what's a good example? You're running real fast, right? Or you're cycling through on the sidewalk, and you didn't notice somebody, and you smack into them real hard. That's not going to be assault because there was no intent there, right? You weren't trying to hurt anybody, but you were being really reckless, so you kind of battered them. It could even be something else in the case.
happen again, baby.
Yeah, it's because you don't got nothing to brace your mic under like I do.
Well, I used to, but they look kind of ghetto.
You got to get a sandbag. That's what you need.
Or just some
Sandbag.
weights.
Sandbag.
Some weights behind the mic and stuff. But,
Beanbag. Bag of beans. Get a big old sack of rice. Literally $2 at the store.
I can't wait because I have some al pastor thawing out.
Oh yeah?
I'm gonna eat that shit.
I'm gonna have burgers tonight with my partner.
Oh, so I was gonna ask you and tell you, you owe me some money, my guy.
Oh damn.
What over?
You remember the first podcast with video?
Yeah?
And I said, clip it.
About what?
Oh, you okay, Willie?
Yeah, we're good.
It was about the Lil Lizzie asking who she gets her influence from other artists. And you're like, I said it. I didn't say it. I'm like, no, I said it. And then I said, $500, clip it.
Yeah, no. And then I won the money back when I tapped you out wrestling.
No, that shit don't make no sense. I want my monies.
Yeah, right.
I did. We shook on it.
Buddy, no. I'm not giving you $500.
We shook on it on camera. It's on the internet. We shook.
Yeah, right.
Damn, we're gonna have to go review the receipts.
You think I got $500 to give you?
Dude, you have more than enough money.
I absolutely don't.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
I know. Then you could give me the money whenever you have the money.
What a good friend.
Because you lost the bet, but I will respect the fact that if you are going through a little something.
Yeah, no, I don't got no $500 to give you.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
All right. I hope so.
But you had enough money to buy that weed. I'm going to
Damn.
take it right now.
I sure damn did.
He's gonna repo your weed. That's crazy.
I don't think so.
You ever seen Operation Repo?
Yeah, dude.
Operation Repo was so good.
I love that show, dude.
I like that little music they played like when they were Repo in the car.
It was one of those shows I always woke up to it for. Yeah,
It was fake. You could tell it was fake.
dude, it's like the George Lopez show.
Yeah.
Like that show was never on when I was awake, but it was always on when I fucking woke up in the middle of the
You
night.
ever seen Operation Repo, David?
Yeah, I've seen it. I was gonna say I can either one pay you back in podcast appearances, or I can pay you back in home decor and things we need when I move in. Those are your choices.
It seems like a good offer to me.
That's,
I think a good 500 would be good. But Operation Repo.
no.
Operation Repo's cool, dude.
love that
Especially because like every Repo show would have like a big guy to scare them off.
What was the one? Repo Miami or Miami Repo?
Yeah, they
That had the big black lady. And she got thrown off the fucking parking garage that one episode, dude.
Dude, that was so fucking fake too.
I know, but I love that
Yeah,
shit.
it's so good.
I remember being a kid going, oh, fuck, and just watched her hit the ground probably 10, 15 times.
It makes you realize that it kind of was like pro wrestling. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
pro wrestling, but repossessions.
I'm starting to get into pro wrestling again.
Oh yeah.
I hated it for a long... Like, I was a big fan until, like, 2010. Got out of it. And, like, now I see it on TikTok and whatever. And I'm like, alright, that's cool.
No, I was a big fan of wrestling too. Were you SmackDown or Raw?
I was a SmackDown guy.
David, SmackDown, Raw.
I had zero idea.
I like ECW.
Okay, alright. If we're going there, I liked Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling growing up more than WWE.
The one that was on like Spike.
Yeah, the one that was on Spike.
Yeah, I respect that.
That shit was great.
It's a little bit more underground.
Yeah. Now it's not. It's pretty garbage.
I remember
now, but-
when one of the wrestlers went from SmackDown to Raw, or Raw to SmackDown, it was like, whatever. But if they were going to like ECW, it was like,
It was a big thing, yeah.
it's
Or
funny.
when like WCW
Yeah.
closed doors, the Monday Night Wars.
Can I tell you? I cried when Triple H lost his fucking his heavyweight champion to Batista.
Yeah.
In WrestleMania 2021.
Hell yeah, dude! I remember being legitimately upset. It was WrestleMania. Triple H was wrestling The Undertaker, and I was Team Triple H. Like I was a
my
Undertaker.
favorite.
I was an Undertaker hater for whatever reason.
Why?
I just wanted him to lose every WrestleMania, dude. I don't know why. I was just a hater.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, and I was big mad when Triple H lost the first time.
Yeah, I said this on the podcast before. Look at me, recycling shit. But my password on my computer was Triple H will beat Batista. Will beat Batista in WrestleMania 2021.
That's so extra.
And then he lost, so I changed it to Triple H lost to Batista in WrestleMania 2020.
That's funny.
Man.
Dude, I use the same fucking password for everything. It's terrible.
Me too. It's kind of fucked. David, do you use the same password that, like, you know for, like, everything? Netflix, Hulu, Facebook.
I have a series of passwords that I remember. They are a variation on one another, so I suppose if you knew how they related to one another, you would know them all, or the pattern they follow, I guess.
Yeah, mine are all a variation of the same password.
Mine are all literally the fucking same. And then when somebody hacks into my Google, I'm like, what?
How did that happen?
Let me change it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
Let me
click
change
on
this one a
links
little
or
bit.
shit, but like,
Yeah. Kind of fucked.
I got my shit stolen a couple of times. There was one of those like fake fuck dating sites, you see advertised on the hub.
Ooh.
And like, I accidentally clicked on one and, I clicked on it.
I'm very proud of you for having the balls to just say, you know what? Fuck it, I did. You know what? And you can look right at the camera and say, and everyone who tells you they did it on accident is a liar.
You've clicked on it a time or two.
And
You have.
and you need to respect me more than everyone who lies.
All right, so we're getting a little bit on time. So on three, we're gonna clap, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right, so thank you for coming back and listening to the How You Doing podcast. How you doing? How you doing? We're just gonna keep chilling after the podcast, of course, for a little bit. But like, subscribe, comment, share, tag who you want to be on this podcast.
Sorry for party rocking.
Subscribing doesn't take long. If you don't subscribe, I don't know, we might just have to do a double podcast one day. Please don't subscribe. I don't care about doing a double podcast.
I hang out and smoke weed.
He hangs out and smokes weed. I stay here, drink, and smoke cigarettes like an American. Willie, thanks for coming on, dude. Is there anything you want to talk about to the guests? Anything you want to plug? Vote for him for mayor, to be honest.
Vote for me for mayor, y'all.
He's a really cool, genuine, if you want to know a down-to-earth, just person, if you look at a person, that's Willie.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
This is a good brand safe guy. This is a guy you can invest in. This is a safe guy to put your money on, to work with, to probably represent your business. That's my thoughts.
And I do look out for the little folk.
Absolutely.
Yes, he does. He does. All right, so thanks again for listening, commenting, and if you don't want to, I really appreciate it if you do, but suck my dick!